Hello guys and welcome in the third episode of Boosted Rolls. My name is Tomasz and I play Circle Orboros, and with me is my usual opponent with the same name.
Yeah, it's Tomasz again and I'm playing Grimkin.
So before we jump into the game, I just wanted to say sorry guys that you had to wait so long for a new episode. We are in the middle of Masters season and most of our free time was spent painting miniatures to meet the requirements. But as a result we have almost fully painted armies today, right?
Yes, we do. But for me, it wasn't a season of preparing myself. I hadn't been playing in a while. Yeah, I did some painting, I attended the master, but after that I actually had a little break. So you can see I was reviewing some of my cards, trying to remember a spell list, how the arcanas work and such, just to make it more sweet during the game using those tools. Anyway, if it comes to the list, I decided to play the Dreamer because she's nice. She always have some tricks.
Hot
tricks to be pulled out of her hat. She has a useful spell list. She's flexible, and I just felt like playing her. I played her with Dev Menagerie list with 3 Cage Ragers, which work really well thanks to the channeling capability.
Yeah, plus, and Arcane Vortex, I think it's important in the matchup.
Arcane Vortex as well, especially for your how are these Hunter's Marks? Yes.
Yeah.
I'm with 3 Cage Ragers. I'm feeling kind of safe in terms of dodging that. What else do I have here? I decided to have a minimum unit of Dreadroots just to screen myself with them, as I know you'll be delivering the alpha sooner or later. 2 Skin and Moses just to retaliate from the alpha, hopefully. Obviously the Death Knell to provide some extra armor to my models. 4 Gremlin Swarms to help with the Fury management, and possibly with some like positioning, but thanks to your magic attacks it, it's not really working to screen
not
myself.
Really effective against
it's
bones.
not. Yeah. Plus you have sprays, so you ignore both stealth and incorporeal.
Yeah.
But still, they're useful. 1 Gorehound to bugger you on one of the sides, and Cariana Rose to support one of the Skin and Moses with boost to the power.
Yeah. So my list is Bradigus in Bones of Orboros with 3 heavies, 2 Old Guardians and a Old Warden, which I'm constantly trying to make work in the list. 4 World Watchers with Stone Form because I love those little guys. Worldwide, 2 units of Sentry Stone and Mannequins because they are broken.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Shifting Stones to help with some movement shenanigans, and Blackrat Stone Shapers to give Earth power to my army. And a Wayfarer, mostly in this matchup to jump on flag. Yeah, I'm deploying my army with the first turn in mind. I already know where I should put each of my pieces on the table. And I think it's important if you go first, because you can do it before the game or during the deployment. And in your first turn you don't need to fix any placement, and you can go through your turn really quickly and dictate the tempo for the game to your opponent.
Yeah, that's true. I wouldn't know much about it, as I'm usually going as a second. But I know how helpful can it be to place your models with the thought of your first turn.
Yeah. So I'm starting with Bradigus, putting Fury, casting Synergy, casting Mystic Words, casting Earth's Blessing, and charging forward in direction of your Death Knell. And now I'll remind myself I should probably roll for Fury on Sentry Stones, and as a punishment I got only single Fury on each of them. Now World Watchers run forward to take as much table space as possible, and we take those beautiful trees from the table. That's how long terrain lasts in War Machine.
I told you, I'm gonna put them in the beginning and first round they're out.
Yeah. So now the Guardian runs into the stones and the stone ports the Guardian forward, And the second unit was deployed in a way so they can gather around the ported Guardian. Watchers gather around obstruction B2B to block line of sight to shifting stones, so my opponent cannot destroy one of them and make my life difficult with a Guardian behind obstruction, right?
Not making your life difficult, it's about making my life livable.
All right. So moving my Sentry Stone mannequins, I don't put up forest because I'm feeling pretty safe and I want to fill them with fury. And now, your turn.
Yeah. My turn will not be that quick as I'm facing a really difficult situation here. Most of your models are already in range to what I deployed. And if not, a slightest move towards will make it happen. So I'm measuring the distances, getting depressed with how far they go, and trying to think what would be the optimal way. I basically have two choices here. I can either put my models completely within your ranges with an intention to bait an early alpha, in a way that I would still be able to retaliate, or to play a little bit safer and try to position myself in a way that would make it not really good or attractive for you to put your models out there.
Yeah, I think if you have the labyrinth, you could run your gremlin swarms and pumpkin guys really forward and hide your army inside my ranges, actually, to bait the alpha, because I would need to spend a lot of resources to kill the screening unit and gremlin swarms before I go to punch you. And this wall and objective really helps you to protect your heavies.
Yeah. Anyway, I decided to go in, position myself the best I can. So using the wall and my my dreadrods to extend the wall, making this small screen over there. I'm also rushing my other Cage Rager, just to make him as valuable next turn as possible. Now I'm measuring the distance to my death knell, like from your Guardian to my death knell, because as I said, the threat range is extremely long, and I know you really like taking my death knell out earliest possible. It will be impossible for me to position it in a way it's outside of your threat range and to keep all my heavies in the aura, but I decided that this armor is way more important and that it wouldn't be that easy for you to get in there, so you would probably...
Yeah, it would be really hard.
Yeah, so you probably wouldn't go for it. So all my heavies in the aura, Skin and Moses a little bit back, so that if you stop on this Cage Rager's wall, they will be able to advance up and try to answer your alpha.
Alright. The Dreamer is casting Mirage on the right Cage Rager, on the top one, right?
Yeah, I felt like he wouldn't be able to advance towards behind the wall, but he would be able to Mirage to the right side of the wall, and therefore he will have a clean way to advance or to charge. And now staying behind the wall, having a plus to the defense and making it harder to get to him.
Yeah, and the white circle is artificial deviation.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It might not help. Usually I would put it on Gremlin Source to make them even harder to hit, but as you have sprays, it won't do any good. So I just put it in the middle.
All right. So going into my turn, I knew I'm not going to make and even try to make an alpha, because I have a lot longer threat ranges. You're not in the zones, so I don't want to compromise the alpha. I want to make it as strong as possible. So I will... In that turn, my plan is to just kill some of your support pieces I'm starting with moving my mannequins in range to the gremlin swarms with full-on fury sentry, and I managed to hit the gremlin swarm, but I didn't manage to damage it with a really really poor roll. And now again I hit it, and I will boost the damage, and
it's even worse.
yeah. So it happens. Now my World Watchers are moving outside of Cage Rager's threat range and shooting your Dreadrots.
And shooting. I forgot about that they can shoot, and therefore I should have placed my AoE with cover right where the Dreadrots are.
Yeah, so I managed to hit, but you shield guarded the first shot. The second shot I killed, but you passed the tough check. Yeah, I wanted to kill them because Watcher gun removes from play, so you don't get the corpse, and also I put a forest that blocks your line of sight and just makes your life more difficult.
Yeah, this RFP is a real pain in the ass as they lose their purpose. They should die to fill up the Death Knell with corpses, but they don't, so...
Yeah, but out of 4 shots, I managed to kill only single Dreadrots because you passed 2 tough checks and a shield guard.
Lucky
now I'm
me.
moving my Sentry Stone outside of your Gorehound threat range, trying to kill the second Gremlin Swarm in the top. I managed to kill it, and now I'm like, heck, let's roll the damage on the Cage Rager.
Wow.
I'll roll Boxcars, and it's a 1 damage.
Yeah.
Better than nothing. Now I'm moving my World Warden, doing a battling rom onto your Cage Rager. I wanted you to spend the corpse to Arcane Vortex it, but you're like...
Yeah, I didn't feel like it's worth dispelling, because I'd rather have this Cage Rager as an arc node than just avoid a spell that pushed me away like, I don't know, 1 inch or whatever.
Yeah, and you have a Mirage, so it was a clear bait, but...
Yeah.
So now I position my Shifting Stones and Guardians, one Guardian a little bit closer, the second one is good where he is. Support stuff to manage some Fury, and the last will go Bradigus, casting Mystic Words and Earth's Blessing on himself, keeping camp just in case.
Man, screw your Mystic Word.
Yeah. Sorry, bro. And I think I did the turn really quick, so now you have tough call with your turn. You need to make your plan really quickly, right?
Yeah, and going back to the games that we had before, like I don't know, a few months back, when you were starting to play Bradigus, your strategy usually was about making an alpha in a second turn, so I was already used to that. So this turn of events was something new and made me like, whoa, what? Yeah. So again, I'm at this difficult position that I know I'm all there in your threat ranges. I don't really have much stuff from your side to be taken out from the table. So it's my second turn. I was the second player, so it's a first scoring turn. So I knew that the best I can do is to score some early points and hope that they will help me later on. So the idea was to clear my flag, block your flag, and score at least 1 point in the beginning. So I'm advancing my Dreadrots to both screen the heavies that will advance later on, get rid of some of the mannequins if I manage to hit. So the Dreadrot, yeah, he's fearsome, he takes it out, and I'm putting a Phantasm. It was a critical here because I need this one to block your flag, contest the zone. So that went smoothly, and I'm like, okay, so that would be it. What else would I do? Yeah, thinking about the center of the table, it's not that easy. I know that Cage Ragers are durable, especially with the Death Knell aura, but I also know that your heavies have some.
Yeah, I have a synergy, so I go up to 23.
23 with the Blacklots, giving the strength bonus, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I focus about the smaller pieces first. So Krabby there, I want him to kill that one mannequin, and why? Because then my Gorehound will be able to take out the other two. I will get rid of all of them, and I will clear my flag so that I can score it this turn.
Yeah, and I can return only single mannequin a turn, so...
Yeah, so that's convenient. Hopefully, luckily, Krabby did well. A Gorehound goes in, charges. I guess what's the... I boosted the first one because it's hard to hit and I didn't want it to miss. I cleared the flag, so Gremlin Swarm advances.
To score a point.
To score a point. Then I needed to take care of those zones. I needed to block them efficiently. Knowing that you have your battling ram and beatback on Guardian, I'm advancing a little bit further. I think I might have gone actually a bit further still. Anyway, I'm blocking first zone here. The bottom zone will be blocked by the other Rager, who will also try to position himself in a way that Dreamer can cast a spell at your Sentry Stone.
Yeah, because I'm not covered with Forest. I mean, I have no Prowl triggered on the stone.
Yeah, and your Mystic Wards doesn't work on the Sentry Stone,
yeah,
right?
It works only on the battle group.
Yeah. I managed to place Cage Ragers so that he can see the Sentry Stone. The other one just advances up to the middle of the table. I try to fill up the area around the obstacle the best I can so that it's hard for you to place your Quarian anywhere 8 inches away. But unfortunately, I left that wide open spot in the middle.
Yeah, we'll see. Now the Dreamer, I believe she casts Abyssal Gate on the Sentry Stone, and I think you should go with Enfeeble, don't you think?
Yes, the thing is that having Enfeeble in my toolkit.
Yeah, you cannot place the stone.
Yeah, I cannot place because I didn't harm it because it's hard to harm. Anyway, about Enfeeble.
Yeah, you cannot place it because of his role Strange Growth.
Oh, I did put the damage, but I didn't know I can place it, so it was no point from the very start because I wasn't really able to kill it.
Yeah. So going into my turn. Yeah, that's the fun turn. I'm filling up my Sentry Stone, and I know I'm going to deliver my Alpha finally. And the plan is to kill those 3 Cage Ragers and to score as many points as possible. Hopefully 3, 2 zones and a flag. Let's see how it turns out. So doing the Fury management, upkeeping the synergy, and I need to start my turn with building the synergy. So I start with the bottom World Watcher. I want to kill those 2 Dreadrods and remove them from play. I cast Earth's Blessing before I go there, so you cannot dispel it with Arcane Vortex. It's not that it really mattered, but it's just a good habit against Arcane Vortex to cast it before you enter the range of it.
Yep, I think you also, because can they be knocked down?
Yeah, they can be without Earth's Blessing, so I wanted to be
Yeah, you
safe from your Arcana.
yeah, but we forgot that you're being knocked down at the end of the turn, so
Yeah,
you'll
so
be
you-
able to
No,
cast
but
it anyway.
I wouldn't be, because you could dispel the Earth's Blessing with
Oh
Arcane
yes.
Vortex.
Oh sure. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. That's right.
So I managed to remove from play 2 out of 3 Dreadrots. I believe one of them passed the tough check or something. Now the mannequin that appeared shoots the Gremlin Swarm of the table. He's within 4 inches from the flag, just to contest it. So now my synergy is on 2. I need one last point. The mannequins, one mannequin charges your phantasm on the back. I boost to hit and manage to kill it. The stone moves back and put a forest to trigger stealth. And now I'm trying to kill those Dreadrots and a Gremlin Swarm, because they are in my way, screening your army. And I think filling your death knell with corpses doesn't really matter at this point, because everything is in aura anyway, right?
Yeah.
So one Dreadrot survived past tough check. You were really lucky with tough checks this game, right?
That's how you gotta play. If you have tough, you have to roll the tough checks to make it
Good
to
plan.
make it efficient.
Good
Yeah,
plan, sir.
I'm always using this strategy.
Yeah. So now my World Watcher advances towards the rabbit.
Rabbit.
I managed to kill it.
Yep.
And I'm not sure. He should be removed from play. I should place a forest there. Oh,
I'm
we're
not
discussing
sure either.
something else, and I think it moved our focus from.
Yeah, I definitely put a corpse there, so we might have forgotten that.
Yeah. So now putting proxy base for Guardian. But before that, my World Warden advances to Cage Rager. At this point, all my heavies are Earth's powered from support. Yeah, and I rolled Snake Eyes on my first hit, so I won't be able to trigger the chain attack, and I probably won't be able to kill the Cage Rager, because I'm quite pillow-fisted. I mean, with synergy or Earth's power, I go up to 21, but here armor 21 and a lot of boxes, so I needed to help from World Watcher. So this World Watcher won't go stone form. He needed to boost both hits,
Yeah, but
both
he
damage rolls.
did his thing.
Yeah, I managed to kill the Cage Rager, but I was really lucky, like to a box or something like that. So now a Guardian advances, and my rolls are hot now.
Teleports. Really?
Yeah, teleports. And that's important because I screwed positioning of my shifting stone. I am porting the second Guardian, and I figured that, oh yeah, I've used my shifting stones to port the middle one, and the second Guardian is only within the same unit. So I put my Guardian back, and I need to find a clear line to charge the Cage Rager. And to be able to do it, I need to remove the Dreadrot, which is knocked down there. I'm advancing the worldwide, and I kill the Dreadrot. Yeah, put another one on fire, and now the Guardian is easily able to charge the Cage Rager. Yeah, so one for a charge, and let's see, I need to hit this. Yeah, I hit, you're knocked down, rolling nicely on damage.
Yeah. This is gonna be 2 attacks as well. Yeah, those rangers are being taken out like infantry.
Yeah, and I managed to remove the Gremlin Swarm as well with my last attack. So now Bradigus advances outside of any threat range. And I think I'm going to fit. Yeah, I fit. I chose 0 distance forward, and I'll cast Mystic Words. Yeah, Earth's Blessing, and now I want to return my stuff. I'm measuring, put in proxy base, and oh no, I yeah, I forgot to activate shifting stones. And now I'm returning from my feet. I chose 5 inches backwards, just to maybe keep something safe.
Yeah, and that was something new as well. Playing with you before, I never knew and I never encountered that you can play your feet without going forward and just going backwards.
Yes, you choose the distance twice, so if your opponent enters your regular threat ranges, that you can advance towards him and punch him or charge him, it probably makes no sense to spend time thinking about order of activation, because...
Approach me anyway, right?
Yeah, I can approach you anyway. I didn't need the feet to reach you, so I could use it to...
Yeah, so I didn't see it coming. It was painful after losing my 3 cage ragers like that.
Yeah, but you still have 2 of my heavies in your ranges, and I'm not sure you'll be able to remove anymore, even if I stayed in your ranges, right?
Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. Anyway, my resources are highly limited. I started with Kariana that put Enrage on the skin most right away. I wanted to fill up the other one with the corpses to deal with that guardian in the bottom part of the table, but actually had this hard decision to make whether or not to put corpses on the upper skin and most to block the zone and make him more durable, hoping he will last and contest the zone and survive the turn. I decided not to. I only enraged him and make him ready to approach this.
Yeah, and the Dreamer cast Manifest Destiny now?
Yeah. She advanced back to feel a little bit safer.
May I cut in?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks. I just wanted to say it before I forget that the tray of widgets you can see on my left are from Quali Geeks. I'll put the link in the description, and they are so useful and helped me so many times. I'm happy with them and wanted to share it with you.
Yeah, it is. I especially love those counters for advancing, like for feedback or whatever. They're really decent. Anyway, as you're really close, fortunately, my skill modes wouldn't have to cast his anima. He would just advance up, hoping that Manifest Destiny will take me way above the statistics, and that I will be able to crush one of your heavies. Rolling like averagely, I would say. I managed to get him out. Luckily, there's still one more attack that I will deliver to the Watcher, but he's in a stone form, so it wasn't big of a deal for him. Okay, one is out.
And you put a Phantasm.
Oh yeah, I barely forgot about it, but luckily I did not. So he will help me to score a point on the flag here if I manage to get rid of this Watcher. But honestly, I didn't really have means to do it. My Death Knell advances up, fuels Skinemos with the corpses. At this stage, I think I should have used Death Knell more and block one of the zones as well. It stayed back, didn't really do much apart from fueling Skinemos. Anyway, Skinemos charges towards Guardian, does his thing, and kills it, putting another Phantasm that will try to mess up. A Fatty that will try to bulldoze something away. Skinemos also manages to kill Worldwide. Unfortunately, going for the Guardian, I was unable to place myself so that I contest the bottom zone. That's why the Death Knell should have run to the zone instead of staying behind. Now I'm thinking, okay, am I able to get rid of those 2 things in the range of the flag? No, I'm not, so I figured I will just try to make your life harder with jamming your models with the Gorehound and also contesting a zone with more resources. I think I will try to hit something. It would be a Watcher. Still hoping I will be able to get him out. So
Yeah,
hitting
this
on the
Watcher is not in a stone form, so he's...
Yeah, hitting on the back, I hit. I roll quite decently because it's a charge, leaving him on the 3 boxes. And I don't know why I'm not rolling furthermore. Okay, so a party goes in, pushes your black lad away, contesting the flag, smiling at you.
I should get a free strike there. It wouldn't harm your armor anyway.
Yeah.
So my turn, and I look at the table. The score is 3-1. You can see it on the bottom of the screen, and I need 3 more points to win the game. And it should be easy to clear the bottom zone, the bottom flag as well. And in the top zone, there's Skin and Bones that I can slam away. Phantasm and a Gorehound, so I should be able to do it as well. Now collecting the Fury and healing from my Team Force.
Yeah,
I
your
charge
mannequins.
your Phantasm, your Fatty with Mannequin, and I make sure the Fatty is outside of 8 inches from Bradigus because I don't want to recast the synergy.
Yeah, I should have remembered about this skill that once he's destroyed, all the enemy spells expire.
Yeah, it's really useful.
Yeah, too bad, but hopefully I will remember next time.
Yeah, it's probably worth mentioning that this is a game for our local Steamroller League, and we are playing where you would usually help each other out, but this time it was a bit more competitive. Spirit game. So now a World Watcher, and I was actually outside of Entropic Force, so I healed the Spirit from the Fear Force.
Painful.
Yeah, and I just need to hit the Skin and Bones to start the synergy. I don't need to do anything else really. Now Bradigus charges your Gorehound, and you'll be pretty happy that I left Bradigus in the middle of the table with no Fury, I believe. I needed to spend all my Fury to kill the Gorehound.
Well,
yeah, bind an attack, boosting the roll. Yeah, but now one of the Shifting Stone unit will port a single stone from another unit, and with New Form Triangle, I will port Bradigus back. And here? No. Nah.
Here? Is it here?
No, here.
It's here.
All right.
Okay, here.
So he stays here.
Yeah, so once you use 1 Shifting Stones after another, you can replace your model many times. That's a special rule.
All right, what I'm doing now is... what am I rolling?
I think you're hitting the bottom Skin and Bones with your Watcher.
Just to kill the synergy.
Yeah, the other one
stays in your melee range and stone form. Nothing else. I have a point there. I don't really even need to approach the Gremlin Swarm because Watcher would be outside of control range of Bradigus. So yeah, I will focus on the top zone and top flag.
It seems like my second schemos will
hit
be
with the second initial, and now it's
chain attack.
Chain attack. I hit. I slam you into the wall. I get additional dice, and I kill.
And he's out.
Yeah. So now I'm buying attack on the Phantasm. I managed to hit and remove him from the table. So now I just need to remove the Cariana Rose, and the World Watcher boosts the gun to hit, boosts the damage. She's out, so yeah, 1, 2, 3. That's the game. So scenario victory for Silco.
Yeah.
Any thoughts, Thomas?
Yeah. Now that I've seen how I placed my models, I thought I could have placed Skin and Bones a little bit differently. I should have spread them like away more to the sides, maybe keep them away from the death knell, but also away from your models, so that even if you go in and get rid of my heavies, Skin Moses would collapse from both sides, maybe contest both the zones, trying to get rid of some of your models as well.
Yeah, you haven't used any of your Arcanas.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. It's hard to use a trump because most of your models can't really fall down. Ruin, yeah, it didn't play it well as you kept your Bradigus away from me, and you've learned how to avoid sacrifice pretty well because you're just destroying my heavies with 2 attacks.
Yeah. So thanks for the game and for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you, Thomas. And hopefully see you soon in another match.
I'll be ready. And obviously thanks to all of you for watching the video. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and do all the things I should say at the end of a YouTube video, I suppose. Yeah. Thanks again and see you.